we got this new TA-66 package here. From the looks of it, it's a high performance tube headphone amplifier. So let's open it up here.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So what was it? The xDuoo.
Yeah.
TA-66.
TA-66.
OTL headphone amplifier. Right.
God, why do they make this so complicated?
You have a knife. That's scary.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Come away from me. Come away from me. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Okay. So going. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Yay! Wow. Okay, let's see what we got.
Okay.
Okay, so
Unboxing video.
okay, there's the top.
Okay. All right.
Tubes are good.
Tubes. Okay. Tubes.
Power cord.
Okay. We'll talk about the tubes later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, this thing's huge and heavy.
Okay. All right. So that down there.
Alright, so this is the TA-66 headphone tube amp amplifier. Nice red button from the looks of it. I like the design already. What kind of tubes we got?
What is it? I don't know. I don't remember. You forgot.
It's a 9211. Oh, it's a 6HNP.
Oh, a 6NP?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like a weird Russian alphabet thing.
Yep. Okay. So that one goes there. Okay. And then oh wow. Jesus, it's like a freaking light bulb.
Light bulb. Okay.
This is the 6N5PJ. Jesus, this thing is a light bulb.
It's a 6. Okay.
Yeah, it says the 6N5P.
Okay, 6N5P.
Yeah.
All right.
Russian technology. Oh my god.
Is that a Russian tube? I think it is, right?
I think they all are.
Oh, okay.
The way you put it in there.
I know with the smaller tube, there's a Western equivalent. I think that's the very common 12AX7.
Gotcha.
Or compatible ones. So yeah, okay.
All right, we will go over it and we'll be able to listen and let you guys know what we found. So stay tuned for a second.
All right.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We just unboxed the TA-66 headphone amplifier. This is it. And then we did a comparison to the Magni Unity and the Mercury, using the Mercury V3 DAC and the
Mercury V3 streamer. We went to the just a Modi.
Mm-hmm.
A Modi, right?
Yep.
And this is the source, right?
Yep.
DAC and streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to compare these two amps.
Using the SD800 Sennheiser.
HD, yeah, the Sennheiser
HD800 headphones.
Yeah.
So here's what we found. So on listening to the Magni, the vocals are clear, which is a good thing. There's definitely a good differentiation of instruments. You can hear every little instrument, which is awesome. You can hear the ups and downs of the vocals from what I heard. Crisp, clear.
Mm-hmm.
The music was a little dry comparatively to the TA-66 because this is using tubes. I guess it makes it feel warmer, kind of a glowy, kind of like you're being cradled by the music on this one. We listened to a very wide variation of music. For this, it's not really good for not really good for
the EDM.
EDM.
This was EDM. This was not good for EDM.
Yeah, this one's not. The TA-66 is not good for EDM. It's good for the easy listening, the classic rock, some other stuff, but not too much bass in it. Like the guitar stuff is fine. the Magni Unity and the V3 streamer is good for those of you who like listening to EDM and stuff that goes thump thump thump. You know, good for it. Yeah. What'd you find?
You know, I mean, why did we pick the Magni, right? I think it's because it's cheap.
Yeah.
And it actually sounds really good.
It does.
It's just you know, I felt, you know, out of this little DAC and streamer, everything sounded good on it.
Yeah, it's very close. A very close call.
It's kind of, how to explain this. It just sounded accurate, right? Like pretty normal, pretty, you know, what you'd expect for something that's just solid, right?
Yeah.
You know, this thing kind of, how do you put it? It's kind of almost an interpretive experience. And well, let's start with. I'm just thinking. Let's start with the bass.
Okay.
Right. You know, I think the Magni did better with EDM type of stuff because it was much more precise with the bass and much more articulate. And also, did you feel like there was more low end? You know, like really sub bass from the Magni compared to that? I didn't think. It was different.
Yeah,
right?
It was different. I did notice that a little different.
This is kind of like punchier.
Yeah,
right?
This is kind of punchier. This was more in your face, kind of, you know, really really heartfelt kind of pounding, I guess.
Yeah. I think the kind of like the subwoofer effect, or you kind of heard more of that heft. Yeah. Right, and this kind of had like the mid bass punchiness. Yeah. Pretty much. You know, so I think that's why. I mean, just. You know, it's just really, you know, using those headphones. So there was that. I think you mentioned the different tracks we used, right? The two EDM tracks, or you know, one was our the one that we usually use from Aphex Twin, right? And then the other was Daft Punk, right? From which one was it? Something About Us. You know?
Yeah. Not right. The Right Time First. Or something.
Yeah. So, you know, and it just. You know, out of here, and it wasn't bad at all. I mean, both of them.
Yeah, pretty close call. It just depends on what your preferences are, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like I would probably get both, like, cause you know, it depends on my type of mood. If I want to be like an easy listener, I would go with this one, not in your face EDM kind of smack. If I'm like feeling like, you know, really rambunctious and I want to feel that thump, then I'd go with this one. So I'd get both, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, and this thing's cheap. I mean, it's like just a little bit over 200, 250-ish, which is incredible. I mean, this is what I expect, you know, Chi-Fi to be. You know, a lot of people think Chi-Fi is bad. Is bad or cheap or whatever, and that's not true. It's simply just you know, it's like, you know, Brit-Fi or whatever. It's just, you know, where it's made. I think there's a certain style, and to me, you know, this really exemplifies the best of Chi-Fi. It's good, it's solid, and it's cheap. You know, that's really what it is. Those are, you know, high value, and not only high value. I mean, I was. Oh wait, remember when there was that one track and you heard hiss?
Oh yeah. So I don't. It was not due to the both things that I heard that hiss. It was how the song was made, pretty much.
Yes, and this made you more aware of the hiss.
Yeah,
right?
this one made me more aware of the hiss, kind of. Not in a bad way, but that's just how the song was made. The units don't make the hiss, it's just how the song was made. This one made it more stand out more versus this.
And then when you went back to the Magni Unity, you could hear the hiss, right? It's kind of funny, but I think the point is, it's weird, but that's actually a little bit more detailed.
Yeah,
you know, it picks up on the fine detail, which is shocking. Yeah. You know, for like a cheap Chinese amp.
Exactly. That kind of was like, because at first I was like, is that normal?
You're like, what is this? Is this broken or whatever? Is it adding stuff? I'm like, no, I'm almost positive. Right? I'm like, if we go back to this, I'm almost positive you'll hear it, and then you won't go and hear it again. It's just that this made it, you know, it was just more detailed. Yeah. Right? It's like you know, you're playing around with cameras, right? And you're using a better lens. You're like, wow, you know, this lens is super detailed. You can see all that stuff. But talking with the lens stuff, you know, it is kind of, listening to music is kind of like using, you know, rose tinted glasses. right? Is it? We talked about the bass, right? But then, what are the 3 other songs we listened to? There's
one that had a lot of good guitar in it.
There's Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
Right? We always listen to that.
Yep.
And then there's 2 others. There's Tom Petty.
Yep, that one.
Right.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember the song, the Tom Petty song. We'll put it in our comments. And then the 3rd one was like a jazz piece from like Connie Evanston or something.
Yeah, something like
Evanston, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think with those 3, right? At least for me, there's a clear preference toward that.
Yeah, same here. Like I don't know. It sounded warmer here, and it sounded more
luxurious, romantic.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And then especially with and there's one more. What was it? From what's her name? The hippie chick. Yeah. So there's that Joni Mitchell, Blue, right?
Okay.
Just her vocals and the guitar. Case of You, right?
Yeah.
And then, like I remember you listening to this, and it's funny because you use this term, right? And then you went back to this, and you said that it's drier.
Yeah, it kind of was. I don't know if that's a word, but it's kind of like I like sweet stuff, It just then sound that goes for sound for me too. I like the warmness, the not too dry of sounding, but with that song, the Magni kind of sounded kind of dry comparatively to this. Maybe it's because this is using tubes and that wasn't.
Yes. Yeah, and it's funny because I've always used this term with tubes, like it's a wetter sound, being opposite of dry, right? And even then, I felt that album and that song from the Unity, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad.
I just felt like, is it really horrible? No, it's great, but I think this just brought out something. It's just with the wetness or the bloom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the warm, glowy sensation kind of thing.
Yeah, and with
fuzzy.
Fuzzy, yeah.
Fuzzy, nice and a good fuzzy, fuzzy kind of warm, like kind of cradling, like nice and warm on a cold night.
Yeah, being cradled, right? And it kind of felt like that. And then Tom Petty. To me, when his vocals came on, it's like this haunting feeling.
Yeah.
Right. So. I think, but here's the thing, right? Going back and forth, I didn't feel the differences were huge.
No, very, very, very minute,
subtle
differences.
It's a subtle effect, right? And the reason I want to mention that is because, there are a lot of tube amps, which, that I don't like.
Okay.
And this kind of does, like, the best of what good solid state can do. Mm-hmm. There's some things it doesn't do as well. The control and the bass.
Yeah.
The extreme lows, but it's just a lot of cheap amps. I use this word. It's like they're overly warm and it's mushy.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like that
at
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a warm poo. That's a word. It feels like warm poo. It's just like this. You're holding this warm poo, and it ruins the music and. That's what I'm really amazed about with that amp. But the highs are a little bit rounder, right? I think the overall music, it's not quite as sharp, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit rounder, but it's not rounded to the point where it was just, you haven't heard really awful crap.
No, I've not, sorry guys, I haven't. I'm getting there, but it's.
Yeah. Or sometimes a lot of tube amps, I listen to and they're just kind of they're kind of polite and forgiving, but kind of boring and just kind of like kind of mushy and I didn't feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm really amazed. For guys who know me and kind of know there's this other brand called Eddy Current. He's retired. He doesn't make any amps anymore. Like I would swear like he designed this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, So I'm very happy that others have recommended this to us.
Yeah, that's why we tried it because we were kind of curious about it ourselves because we heard whispers of this and we're like, let's try it. Let's do a comparison and this being my first tube amp that I listened to, I really like how it sounded and I'm looking forward to listening to other. Tube amps in the future and doing compares as well. As for the design of it, I really like it aesthetically looking, especially the whole red knob right here. It's a little forceful to turn, and you can hear the click.
Yeah,
but I do like the design.
That's the one thing I don't like. It's a little stepper, right? So it goes clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, it's like a.
And, I mean, to be honest, I wish they just put in a cheap volume control.
Yeah,
That's normal.
A little more smoother.
Yeah, the smooth volume control.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been fine with it, but whatever. I mean, I found that there are plenty of steps to get the volume that we wanted, at least with the HD 800s.
Yeah. Yeah.
The unit's attractive. I think for girls, you wouldn't be embarrassed to have like that.
No, God no.
Yeah, I mean, on your desk. I mean,
oh no, it wouldn't. I wouldn't be. No, because I like it. I kind of like the color of it. It's differentiation of color. It's not too like standoutish. And I do like the color of the knob. Maybe not how it clicks like that, but I do like the red and the gray and the black a little bit. It's kind of makes it kind of stand out. It's not so blend in kind of. Because I'm kind of like that. I like it. I like stuff that pops, but not too poppy-ish.
Yeah.
Like not like the '80s ski jackets.
Oh no, you don't know. What about purple? What if that was purple and shiny?
Oh, I would love it. I would love it if it was purple. I would love that. I love that.
The purple that turns green.
Oh yeah,
blue,
yeah. Oh
angles,
the different. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Nice. Yeah. I like that. That would be a good idea. But yeah, I actually wouldn't mind this on my desk. Not too heavy. Yeah. Overall, I kind of like it. Something I definitely was shocked by, considering what you said it was Chi-Fi. Yeah, yeah. I was a little shocked on that one because that what was it? That whim was Chi, or what was that?
Oh yeah, that was ugly, right?
Yeah.
That was just kind
of. But there's some other Chi-Fi stuff out there that we've heard complaints on, and I've been curious about myself.
That was ugly and sounded bad, right?
Yeah.
and this is actually attractive.
Yeah.
And sounds great.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the only caveat is, and this is more of a technical thing. It's it's an OTL amp. I don't know. It means it probably has higher output impedance, and that means you want to use higher impedance headphones like the Sennheiser HD 800s or the Bayer DT 880s. Those will tend to work best with this. We didn't try this with planar headphones, because planar headphones tend to be lower impedance, because I didn't think that'd be an optimal match.
Okay.
But for something like this, I mean, you don't need the Mercury Streamer, right? But if you just had like a cheap Modi or something, or even a cheap Modi, right? Well, Unity, that's but like a cheap DAC, this and that, this is just fantastic sound. Okay. Don't have to spend. Yeah, you don't have to spend like $5,000 or more on it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's versatile. It's good looking. Both of these units are good looking. They sound awesome. They are well within the range of purchasing, not too extravagant, and they both sound really good. It just depends on what your preferences are. Yeah. So thanks, Mark. Okay. Stay tuned, guys. We will definitely post more videos. Now it's after the holidays. We will definitely post more. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll be back. We'll be back for more. Got anything more? Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.